I'm okay.
We play next Sunday back here at home, guys. So look, we got the winner of Tampa and Philly, which is tomorrow. We'll be here at 3 o'clock back at Ford Field because you guys f***ing earned it. Dude, how electric was it out there? I'm telling you what, it doesn't get any better. It's everything you dream of and then more. All right, that's outstanding work. I got 2 game balls. All right, number one, listen, when you come in 3 years ago, like me and this guy did, and you had a vision and you start working together and you've got an idea how you want to build it and the type of players you're looking for and how you want to go top to bottom, offense, defense, special teams, and you're in f***ing lockstep. You're in f***ing lockstep. I'm telling you guys, it's a shitty business. It ain't always perfect, but we do a pretty good job. Right. But without this f***ing guy right here, man, Brad Holmes. Great job.
I absolutely love every single person in this room, man. We were intentional on being about grit, all right, and earning it. I love everybody in here, man. We went through darkness and it shaped us, all right? It shaped us for this moment. I love y'all, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Especially this guy, man.
Okay, I'll just say it like this. All right? Hey, you're good enough for Detroit, Jay.
I love and appreciate you guys more than you fucking know. I promise you that. I love you guys so fucking much. This is just the beginning, boys. This is just the fucking beginning. We got 3 more of these next week at home, at our place, against whoever the fuck wants to come in here. Let's go. Win all 3, 1, 2, 3, win!
Bro,
let's go!
I don't even have words. Welcome to Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com.
That shit gets me jacked up, man.
I'm Eazy, I spin more racks. Young Chris, JB Smooth. If you notice, the voices are a bit hoarse.
Yeah.
Because there's victory screeches going on
Boys
last
were
night.
getting after it last night.
Boys were getting after it last night. And honestly, you turned up more than anyone, but it was more so, man, just emotion, man, for real.
Yeah.
Like, that's, my voice is gone from the fourth quarter on. Not even during, I wasn't at the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just screaming after we won.
Mm-hmm.
Not even words.
You were just, yeah.
I was screaming emotions.
I cried.
Man, I cried too. I didn't cry, but I welled up.
Yeah.
I welled up.
I
3 times.
I shed some tears.
Twice today. Twice yesterday. So 4 times, actually.
Oh, man.
Well, after, obviously, once it was going down. And then watching the highlights after. And then today, it's because we were just going all night. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I never really got to take it in. I dropped off Bryce and my mom, and then I went to Meyer, and I just let it out in the parking lot real quick for a minute. And went and grabbed some pizza rolls and shit. And then when I pulled up here, let it out again. Bro, we were driving. I was dropping you off last night. I was thinking about it because we were talking shit to Cowboys fans, by the way.
Yeah.
Cash those receipts in, too, if you guys would like to.
Cash all those receipts.
You know what I'm saying? Cash those receipts. They're talking a lot of shit after they won that game. But
yeah, Tom Pelissero even quickly had a tweet about that. I don't know if you guys caught that.
What did he say?
Yeah.
In the end, the reporting eligible controversy from 2 weeks ago amounts to nothing. The hashtag Cowboys are out, the hashtag Lions advance, and there's another home playoff game in Detroit next Sunday.
Karma's a bitch.
Karma is a bitch.
But as I was cashing in those receipts, I had a stupid smile on my face. Because I'm able to do that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
When in our lifetimes have we been able, we've been the stomping mat of the league. We've been the low-hanging fruit. We've been like the easy targets for everybody. And we could never say shit. We could never say shit. And now here I am talking that cash shit.
Yeah, bro.
To those POS Dallas Cowboys fans. Because they lost their playoff game. But we won ours, baby. And I've never been able to do that in my entire life.
Never.
And I could not wipe that smug smile off my face, man.
Never. I said it last night, and I said it on BDE today, that the Detroit Lions fans won't get a feeling like last night again until they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We will never have that feeling like we did last night until we win the Super Bowl, because this team is not going to go 30 years again without winning a playoff game.
That's facts.
This team is not going to have that stretch of not doing anything in the postseason. This team is never again in my life going to be that down bad. This is the brand new Lions. Dan Miller said it. He said, you retire those 3 letters that everybody loves to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's dead. That
Coming
shit
up
is
next.
dead. Lions are here to stay, man.
Yes, they are. By the way, 6-0 on the Blueberries. Just saying.
Shout out.
Shout out. And I think I've lost 2 games. What's the word? Monochromatic? What is the word? It's all in sync, the color?
Monochromatic.
Monochromatic, thank you. I think we're like 6-2. Either way. Chris, did you put your hand up just now?
No. I mean, if you want me to just speak on the game, like, it was an amazing feeling, man. That's why, like, I don't have any like Lions gear, but that's why I'm wearing the Nipsey Hussle marathon clothing. You know, R.I.P. to Nipsey. You know, never taught how to drink. I just lead to the lake. Nipsey the Great, and his biggest thing was talking about, you know, just the journey, just not quitting, just like going through it.
The marathon.
Like, yeah, that's why he named this thing the marathon, and that's what it felt like for Detroit. Like, Detroit went through 30 years of this, man, and like to see that and to like see people like all across the city, to see videos on the internet, to just see people when I was out in public today, like everybody that has Lions gear on, they just give you that look, you know, they give you that look, that smile, like it just this is what sports is about, man. It's beautiful.
I saw, actually, JB, where were you at for the game last night?
So after the Bullseye event group, which shout out to them, that was
Shout out to them.
amazing.
That was
That was
live.
an amazing
I'm
party.
be
Shout out
there
to
again next
Bullseye.
week.
And shout out to Jack Labrador. Shout out to
Jack Labrador,
Bean.
too.
Shout out to John.
Yes, sir.
Hooked the boys up with a lot of food yesterday for the watch party. It was awesome.
No, he's hooking the boys up too.
But
Yeah,
I
they
just
do.
went home and watched the game at home. I was also watching you guys on the live stream as well too. And I don't know, just after the win, it's just like you feel like a little bit of weight lifted off your shoulder, and you're just letting out emotions. You have no words. You're just at a loss. You're just sitting there in shock because you just witnessed a first Lions playoff win in over 30 years. And you're just, as you said, you go in the parking lot somewhere and just let it all out, whether that's crying, yelling, screaming, whatever. But it's just like you're just at a loss of words. And as Chris said too, you see people today walking around with their Lions gear on, happy, proud to be a Lions fan, and you just look at them and you give them that nod and like, yeah, we know. Like, it's been a long time coming, and now we're finally here.
And we do have a segment on Jared Goff for everybody in the comments, everybody in the chat thread talking about it. We got a segment of Jared Goff, 528 coming up. I put a tweet out there yesterday, and that's how I feel. So if you saw that, you know what I'm going to say. But it's, man deserves his flowers, for sure. Whole team deserves their flowers.
So you cried, JB?
I didn't cry for this one, but I guarantee you we get closer and closer to that Super Bowl and the NFC Championship. Oh, yeah. I'm definitely crying.
There's a picture of me crying on the stream.
Oh, I think I sent it, actually.
Yeah.
You got it, Chris?
Yeah.
This is the new background on my Twitter right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That was, and luckily for me, too, the stream ended once I started walling up the most.
That's a hell of a picture, though.
That's a dope picture.
That is
Yeah.
a dope-ass picture.
Might have to print that out. Huh?
That's my Twitter
My Twitter background is Brad Holmes screaming in the elevator.
Yeah, that's awesome, too. You got that video, Chris?
Yeah.
This is my favorite video of all time. I've watched it like 20 times since the game. I love this video. He's a psychopath. I fucking love it. I love that shit so much, bro.
He really is a psychopath.
He's a psychopath, and I love it, bro. When you have Chris Spielman looking at you like you're a psychopath, you know something's going on. I love that from Brad Holmes, man. I love that. Spenny, you seemed white girl drunk, says David Baxter.
He's just happy, bro.
I was happy. I was very drunk too, though.
Yeah, that's true. You started at 1.
I started at my boy's apartment, did some shots, ate some chocolates.
Some decorated chocolates.
Some decorated chocolates, some fun guy chocolates. And then went to went to Brass Rail first, had some drinks, shot, went to Bullseye, had a lot of drinks, and came up here. I was pretty turnt last night. And then Stick had me rolling up,
No, we had cigars.
Yeah, I was rolling up Cuban cigars.
You weren't. They were already pre-packaged
Victor,
cigars.
no, I roll my own Cuban cigars. Victory cigars. It was fun. Nick says, Spenny, how many cigs? I did not smoke a cig yesterday. Not a one.
You guys are wild though for that live stream. It stayed on till like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Well,
Crazy.
honestly, kudos to Stick.
We went to Nick's and
Pete,
came back.
And Anson for that one. Because,
Yeah.
we dipped. And, like, when we come back to drop everybody off at the cars, they were just still alive.
Still
and the party
rocking.
continued, yeah.
Damn.
And more importantly, I guess, like, 2 shout-outs real quick. One, shout out to Martin Luther King. Happy Martin Luther King to everybody. But secondly, shout out to you guys. Like, this has been a historic moment a monumental moment. Historic moment for me because it's the first playoff win in my life, but a monumental moment for the organization. But to allow us to be a part of it, like, I appreciate that. But whether you love me, you hate me, or you love Spinny, you hate Spinny, I appreciate you guys tuning in and allowing us to be a part of that experience for you guys, because, like, it's one that's truly special to me. And, like, to have this job in certain points, you have to be analytical of the game. And last night, I was able to allow myself to be a fan. That's why I didn't go to sleep. That's why I wanted to, like, enjoy that moment, because for us, the news cycle continues. We have to carry on topics. We have to find new stuff to talk about and, like, to dissect, like, certain segments. Last night, I didn't sleep. I allowed myself to be a fan, and I just found myself in, like, the feelings that you guys have when you guys attack me.
Yeah.
I get loving Jared Goff because he's a part of this, and I was allowed to be a fan last night. So I felt what you guys have been feeling all season, and I appreciate you guys for allowing us to be a part of that. Go fucking Lions, baby.
Yeah.
Go Lions.
Budget Jim says we love Spinny. Love you guys too. Appreciate you all. Last night was a movie. Like, it was crazy. Just raw emotion, uncut. I was getting wild in that post game stream, talking a lot of shit, and I loved every minute of it, man. My favorite sports team ever just won a playoff game for the first time in my life.
Yes.
I'll never get that feeling again until they win the Super Bowl.
Yep. I mean, I don't know, man. I might be in some Phils next week too.
Well, yeah,
To cash in another one.
they're gonna cash in another one.
Yeah.
And I want Philly. Give me Philly.
I want Tampa.
I want to put up 500 yards on Matt Patricia's defense, and I want to hold DeAndre Swift to under 30 yards rushing.
Relax.
Give
I
me
want the
Philly.
easiest road there.
Feed me the
Give me Tampa.
fucking
Fuck
Eagles.
that guy. Fuck that guy. Give me
Feed
Tampa.
me the Eagles.
Give me the easiest road there.
Continue the revenge tour.
Give me the easiest
Feed
road
me the Eagles.
there. I do not need the
clock
clock
up,
baby.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia till they come to Detroit. Motherfuckers.
Hey, we're gonna talk about that one too. Let's go to a quick break.
Nice.
I'm gonna get some of your guys' comments and reactions to the Detroit Lions winning. If you guys want, we can open the phone lines too at some point. I'd love to hear where you guys were, what you guys are feeling. But before we do any of that, Spinny, you can tell us about Big Boy.
Big Boy, wintertime Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort chicken bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack or Santa Fe garden. Also the new apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. Top it all off with a gingerbread shake for dessert. All of that and more at your local Big Boy.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Shop your home and auto insurance with the best in the business. That's Mark at Swiss Insurance. Contact him at 248-800-4177 or email him at mark@swissins.com. What up, though? Welcome back to a Detroit Lions playoff victory Monday. Let's get it, baby. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend. I'm Eazy, spin more racks, Young Chris, JB Smooth, and we're just soaking it all in, man.
How crazy is it that for the first time in my life, this is the first time we've been able to hear post-season victory Monday shows for Lions Talk.
I think it was, by the way, Florio's in town next week. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Florio, that's the guy from, I think it's NBC Sports Talk or whatever it is, or Pro Football. Just boo that man. Boo that man. He is such a hater the entire way through. When we first got Jared Goff, he was talking about the Detroit Lions should be looking into Baker Mayfield. At one point when the A&M job became available, he just randomly threw it out there that Dan Campbell is interested. Not that he should be, but he is interested. All the way through, this guy, he picked the Rams. He's picked against us or going against his sorry-ass Vikings. He is a Minnesota Vikings fan. He is a loser being a Minnesota Vikings fan because that is the one NFC North team that we swept this year. If you see Florio in town next week, make sure to boo him or throw a one pride at him or just let him know the skull sucks. Well, whatever you need to do. I'm sorry to get that off my chest. But, yeah, he had mentioned, though, this is the first time any Detroit Lions fan be able to text congratulations on winning a playoff game. Because beforehand, there was no such thing as texting on your cellular devices.
Damn, that's wild.
It is wild, man. It's the first playoff win of our lives, bro. I'm 30 years old. That is insane. Damn. It is. It's beautiful, man. And I think, by the way, speaking of attacking old men, and this is not no one directly, but more so the older crowd, the older Detroit Lions fans, and I get it. You guys went through more like shitty moments than we did because you've lived longer through them. But all you old Lions fans that like to bring up that acronym, that 3-letter acronym, and parade it, even to like my uncle, and I love you, Uncle Fred, but to the point where you texting me this negative shit. Like yesterday morning, I told him to fuck off, and I muted this conversation. I was like, bro, what do you leave me the fuck alone with that? Like, that is enough. You know what you guys can do with those 3 words, those 3 letters, that acronym? Turn it sideways and shove it straight up your dandy ass. I'm sick of that shit. I don't want to hear that shit no more. We already buried it in the beginning of this season. But you old fuckers, I get it. Your ears are kind of, they don't work as well. Your eyes don't work as great as they used to. It's done. It's over. Fuck that narrative. That negative shit. Leave it in the past. This ain't that. This is the brand new Lions. And I should have to be yelling this or chanting this or praying this after a playoff victory. But we still had to lead and deal with that shit leading up to the game last night. It's done. That is no mas. This is different. And it's not anyone directly, but just more so anyone who's carrying that flag. It's over with, as Dan Miller said.
Yeah.
I'll let you say, because you got the most hype off of it.
Yeah, Dan Miller said you take those 3 letters and you retire them. Shout out to Gun Guy in the Woodward Sports chat. Take your pants off.
Shout out.
You retire those 3 letters. You retire that saying. This is a Detroit Lions team who clinched the division with, 3 weeks left?
Yep.
They clinched their division with 3 weeks left. This is a Detroit Lions team that got to bring out the victory formation in a 1-point game in the playoffs. Taking knees. Putting knees down. The SOL is never coming back. It is gone. Put it to bed. This is the brand new Lions. This isn't the team. This isn't your whore grandma's Lions.
It's not.
This is your Detroit Lions. And they're legit. And they win close games. And they clinch divisions with multiple weeks left in the season. And they host back-to-back playoff games in Ford Field. That's what this Lions does. That's what Dan Campbell's Lions do. That's what Brad Holmes' Lions do. They give the fans what they want to see. They win close games. They win divisions. They win playoff games. And damn it, they might win the NFC. This is the brand new Lions.
That's the other part of it too, and I know like part of this is going to be a segment we already have coming up here, but it's like this thing ain't over, and I think we can all comfortably say that we're we're fairly confident that we will be the favorites against any matchup that comes to Ford Field next week. As Jared Goff said, I mean, we don't give a fuck who is it that's coming in. Like, they're going to have a hell of a time, and we're going to be here waiting for them. Just the same way Dan Campbell said, too, when he was asked that question. By the way, Corey Woods is great out of getting
shout out Corey.
From, like, coaches and players. Corey Woods is the man. But, yeah, I think Dan Campbell's one. He asked Dan Campbell what's it like to be the hunted, and he's like, we'll be right in the front porch waiting for you. And we'll be just that no matter who's coming in town. And like I said, and not just us that you should be confident, and if you're not, you should be. But I guarantee once that Vegas line hits, the Detroit Lions will be favorites. Mm-hmm. Whether it be the Eagles, whether it be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, between the two of them, it don't matter. Your team, again, this ain't those old Lions, baby. This is the brand new Lions. The brand new Lions will be favored in that matchup where the winner goes on to the NFC Championship, which will then decide the NFC's
at home
contender for the Super Bowl.
At home.
At home, too. At home, too. And shout out to you fans that had that place rocking last night. Dan Campbell said it was humming from the pregame. I think I sent, and actually I'll say this when we do the next one, but Jared Goff getting pregame chants.
Jared Goff said it was the best home atmosphere he's ever played in.
Aiden Hutchinson said one of the best himself, too. And the big house
he plays at
is
the big
rocking.
house, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got, and I got to ask, and I don't know if it's selfish of me to ask, I hope you guys don't feel taxed by this, but you got to bring that same energy next week, too.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe even louder.
Louder.
Like, I want to be one of those stadiums that teams dread playing. Mm-hmm. Like Sean McVay, he's a freak. He loves football. He loves the game. He loved it. He soaked it all in. But I just want to be one of those. And I think we're becoming that too. If you listen to like the Amon St. Brothers podcast of like DJ Moore on it last week, where he's just like, yeah, that guy like Googled my full name, Dennison. He was calling me it the whole time. Remember he ended up signing the touchdown ball he scored. But you drove him to that madness.
Who was?
Keep being that DJ Moore.
Yeah, who called him Dennison?
Oh, I don't know. Who was
fans?
Yeah, fans. Yeah, fans like Googled like his actual name. Like they call him Dennison, and he's like, don't nobody call me that, and you know all that good shit like that. But I want to be that ruckus fan base that teams dread playing in. I want to. We caused those couple false starts, not even false starts, but the point where they had to waste their timeouts, so they didn't have any type of delay of games, and that benefited us come down in that fourth quarter where Sean McVay only had that one timeout. Before they like drove or whatever the hell they were trying to do, like that's we need to bring that, man. What about to say, JB?
No, I was just gonna say we made them waste 2 of those timeouts, so you only had the 1 remaining. So if we got that first down, of course we were gonna ice. Of course he was gonna call it, and that seals the game for us.
And can I give somebody a shout out here?
Yeah,
that I haven't heard anybody in this network talk about. I didn't hear anybody really talk about it on the post game stream last night. But a guy that won this game for us, a guy who deserves credit, gotten a lot of slander from Maz, from Justin, from other people. Michael Badgley.
The money Badger.
Michael Badgley grabbed his nuts. Michael Badgley went out there. It was what, 52 or 50?
Yeah, I think it's 52.
53, something like that. 50-plus yard field goal. That was the difference of the game. He went out there. I had utmost confidence. You can ask everybody that was at the watch party. Everybody's like, no, go for it. I was like, no, you bring them out, you kick it. You kick it. It's playoffs. You kick that. And he knocked it right down the middle. 50-plus, Michael Badgley. That was the difference of the game. That won the Detroit Lions their first playoff game, was that field goal. So shout out to Michael Badgley, knocking it down. Big balls walking around Ford Field. I love to see it.
The money Badger, baby. Coming in off the practice squad, too, because we got rid of, what's his name? Patterson,
yeah.
No, that was, listen, man.
A lot more confidence than him than ever. I didn't have that much, but, I mean, credit to you,
I had no doubt in my mind he was going to make it.
Yeah,
like, I don't know why. I've never been the biggest, Money Badger fan. I liked him more than Patterson when we had him the first time, but there was no doubt in my mind he was going to knock it down. I don't know why. I was just so confident, and he went out there and he did it.
I mean, 43% for 50 and beyond. Like,
yeah, not great. But that was a perfect kick right down the middle.
Shout out to the fans. Shout out to Money Badger. Jared Goff quote from last night is the best atmosphere he's ever played in.
Yeah.
That's a man who went to the Super Bowl in a brand new LA Rams situation, too, where like fans probably starved in that fan base to want to have a good team, although there's 3 freaking teams in California. I know why they keep getting teams, but whatever. Man, special night. I'm getting worked up again.
It's amazing. It's amazing, man. It's something that we've never been able to experience. I went home, I woke up my dad at 4:30. I was like, Dad, the Lions won a playoff game. I don't know if he like woke up. He's probably like still asleep. He's probably like, "Brr." But that's something I've never been able to experience in my life. I told you this last night, Eazy.
First time ever, bro.
The only thing Bryson's going to remember, is Lions being a winning organization. Bryson will be able to experience this. He'll be able to experience the Lions being an organization that wins divisions. The Lions being an organization that wins playoff games. That's what your son is going to remember the Detroit Lions as.
I hate that. Like, it makes me this emotional, but it does, bro. I just invested so much time, so much energy, like, into this franchise, and like to have like none of it returned, and for them to finally do it, bro, it's fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's.
Let's go to break.
Let's go to break. I love you, brother.
Let's go to break. Come back.
Let me tell you guys about Lady Jane's. Come into Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and register to win a trip to your dreams. And all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 12th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, January 12th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Feldman Chevrolet is Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer with over 18 locations. There's one right in your backyard. Just visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the one nearest you. Feldman Auto, Feldman Chevrolet, #1 dealer in the state. Mondays, every other Monday. Catch Woodward Sports there. Well-deserved chance for Jared Goff. He needed the city behind him. He deserved to have the city behind him. They cashed in just that, not just the city. I don't think it was questioned that the team was behind him. But what a freaking night for that guy, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Jared Goff.
You know how good that must have felt for him?
Oh,
to go out there, not only win a playoff game, have the city behind you, have your team behind you, to win that game against the Los Angeles Rams, against the team that gave up on you, against the team that cast you aside, beating the guy they traded for to take your spot, the guy who won a Super Bowl in your home state, in your home team, for the team that drafted you, taking the team he was drafted by #1 overall and beating them for their first playoff game or playoff win in 31 years. It must have been an amazing, amazing feeling for Jared Goff. It must have been a hell of a night for him and for Mrs. Goff. I said this on Twitter, and I'm going to stand by it. My feelings with Jared Goff are very well known from everybody. And some things I'm not changing my mind about, but you'll never hear me say anything bad about Jared Goff ever again.
Cap.
You'll never hear me say anything bad about Jared Goff ever again. He won a playoff game. He won a NFC North championship for this team. I'm not going to change how I feel about different situations that are involved with him, but I won't badmouth this guy ever again. He's earned that. He deserves that. He went out there and he led this team to victory in a playoff game for the first time in my life. Hats off to him. And I said this on the post game. He might not be the most talented, but in my lifetime, he is the best Lions quarterback I've ever seen. Maybe not the most talented, but he's the best. He won a playoff game. He won a division. He's better than Eric Kramer. In Lions lore, he's done more than Matt Stafford. The only one that's up there is, why can't I think of his name? Bobby Lane.
Bobby Lane.
That's like the only one because he's got championships.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they had the forward pass around back then, but Jared Goff is the best Lions quarterback in my life. Not, like I said, maybe not the most talented, maybe not the biggest arm, but what matters most is winning. And he went out there and he won an NFC North championship and he won a playoff game. So you won't hear me badmouth the guy ever again.
Yeah, I guess I've really been, and by the way, congratulations to Jared Thomas Goff. You deserve this segment. You deserve those chances. You deserve that victory. You've thugged through all of it. You thugged through criticisms for myself. You thugged through criticisms that you had to face of yourself once you were, casted out to Detroit versus contending for Super Bowls with the LA Rams. And you manned up. And this is a conversation we've had throughout the season before. But now you cashed in some validation when you beat your former coach and former team. The group of guys that decided to trade you to Detroit and acquire that guy. And then not just that, you also had to witness your team go on and win a championship with that guy you got traded for. And then you brought this city, and I should say that stadium, Ford Field's first home playoff game. First home playoff game in my lifetime. And not only did you help bring it there, you won it. And not only did you win it in ways you've been a part of winning it, no. Jared Goff was slanging that fucking pill last night. There is only two criticisms you could have made of Jared Goff last night. And he was so fucking good, you almost forgot about half of them. And to say half of them, you're really only talking about one. And if you're curious what ones I'm talking about, the weird little chest basketball pass he had behind the line of scrimmage, that ended up being a fumble. That was a goober, whatever word you want to use. Sorry, I said
making words up.
Yeah, goober is what I was going for. And then the other situation on third down in the fourth quarter where you missed Josh Reynolds. But brother, you didn't even see Ducks in the building that night. And you couldn't even have that criticism.
He put some great balls out there.
If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Chet. Did he not start that game 14-14 heading into the halftime? Three drives, 3 touchdowns to show for it. On that third one, where you went for it on fourth down in the red zone, high-stress situation, going to get your former team. Our defense has yet to stop them from scoring. We stopped them from scoring a touchdown, obviously, the first time. That fourth down, you could tell he was kind of like frantic a little bit. But no, he chilled. He waited. Shout out to Penei Sewell and the boys. Giving him time.
Yeah.
He made the read. He got the ball to Sam Laporta right before he stepped out of bounds for another touchdown. And we got a Sam Laporta segment coming up too. Shouts out to you, young man. But Jared Thomas Goff, you deserve these flowers, goddammit.
Yeah.
You fucking if that's what you're putting on tape for the rest of this postseason, I mean, I'm already pretty confident that we may have an NFC Championship game loading, but it may go beyond that, brother. Hey, whatever you played with last night, whatever you mustered up to make you feel that way. And I'm pretty sure we're all aware of what it was. I keep it with you, man, because it ain't over. As Dave Montgomery said after his game. He said he's the only one not smiling in that building. Josina Anderson asked him. He said, why? Hit them with Kobe. Job's not finished.
Job's not finished.
But shout out to Jared Goff.
On to next week. Shout out to Goff. He had a fantastic game.
82% completion percentage?
Yeah. And shout out to that offensive line.
Yeah.
Shout out to that offensive line for putting the Rams' defensive line in check. Keeping Aaron Donald, Kobe Turner in bread boxes. They weren't doing anything. They weren't going anywhere. Shout out to the big guys up front. That's your two-year All-Pros. Penny Sewell, Frank Ragnow, Taylor Decker.
What?
Shout out to Taylor Decker. I want Taylor Decker to get some love, man. This guy has been through it all with the Lions. He's been here his whole career. He's seen the worst. He saw some hope with Jim Caldwell, and then the worst of the worst with obviously Quinn Trisha. And now he's being rewarded with the best Lions team of my life. With the most success a Lions franchise has had in over 30 years. And he deserves it. Frank Ragnow deserves it. Although those guys, Graham was here to begin. He left and came back, but Graham was here. Graham Glasgow, who somebody in the bar asked me if was my brother. Those guys, man, they've been through it all with the Lions, and now they're reaping the benefits. So shout out to them.
Shout out to Jared Thomas, fucking Goff.
Shout out to Jared Goff.
You deserve the praise, and I hope you continue on. JB, you got anything on? You got them going to the Super Bowl, man. What you got to say about your quarterback?
I mean, this is probably the most confident game I've seen him play throughout this whole season. In all honesty, as Dan said, there was probably 2 errors. One was definitely that push, basketball pass he tried to throw that ended up in a bit of a fumble, but you still got the ball back. But still, I was confident in him this whole entire time. I know even during that fourth quarter when it was close, really close, but I mean, he still played with poise and came out on top. So shout out to Jared Goff, man, and you are good enough to play in Detroit, no matter what anyone else says.
The poise, the patience, it was all on display last night, including, again, that refound spiral, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
He had it in L.A. for a minute. Chris, we got to see on JG.
I mean, I just want to start off by saying he deserves all of these flowers, and I don't want to have a segment like this next week, because I expect Goff to play very well, just like he did this week. I expect that from him next week. And I don't, let's put aside because we know with the heavies, we know our show gets labeled the golf haters, and so there's people in the chat that are, being like, hey, we have to show Goff his love. And I think it's fair to do that because of the criticism. But from here on out, it's not about anything beyond this year. Lock in. This is about this playoff. This is part of the Booner path, right? It's all about this year. Focus on what's in front of you, the next opponent, the next game. That's what this should be. So going forward, I expect Goff to have another great playoff game next week, and I expect another win. And we don't have to keep giving Goff his flowers. So I'm glad we're doing it because he deserves it. He had a hell of a game, and it was an awesome story for him. It's as somebody that's not the biggest fan of him long term because of the implications of finances. It was an awesome story to get behind. It was a great moment. I'm glad he had this moment. But going forward, now it's about Tampa Bay or the Eagles, and then go from there. That's what this is. That's what it should be about. Yeah.
1 week at a time.
Hey, I'm gonna give him his flowers. He performs well in those games too. I'm not gonna hold back.
Well, I know. I just mean specifically the OK heavies. You gotta apologize.
There's no apologies though, because first and foremost, shout out to us for predicting the 12-5.
Mm-hmm.
Every single body in this room, I believe, predicted that 12-5 when we did it. I think it was on August 30th. I looked back and I saw it because somebody was sent me apologize for him. What? Apologize for him. But 12-5 was a prediction, and we also had a playoff game on that one too. Make sure you check that. Give me A+ on that paper there. Thank you. That's what we've been telling you for years. Our biggest holdup has been when you go to the when you get to those type of games, NFC Championship games, Super Bowl games. But I'm not looking in the past right now. Listen, what they say, the windshield's bigger than the rear view for a reason, right? I'm looking forward. I'm not bringing all that stuff up. We're on the Booner path. I'm gonna put it like that. We're on the Booner path right now. So right now we're cheering Goff on, as I always have, and we're gonna praise him for when he has a game like last night. 82% completion percentage, if I'm not mistaken. 82 fucking in a playoff game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. And so again, we gotta have his own segment for Brad Holmes. We have a segment for Brad Holmes coming up, but to surround him with the pieces he needs to be successful, they did that. Ben Johnson, to surround him in a system which he needs to be successful, they did that, and he did his part. and he executed it to a T last night.
And how about Matt Stafford?
Yeah, that guy is fucking. That guy's a dog.
He played a hell of a game too.
Yeah,
he played a hell of a game too. He was making a lot of throws, but that quote, man.
Do you
that
I
video?
put it there last. Yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out to Corey Woods.
Shout out
getting
to Corey.
quotes from good players. Stafford did play good, but what brief fuck you for him for this?
So, here, can you play it, Chris?
Yeah.
McVay was up when Sean McVay was up here. He said that he was happy for Jared Goff and whatnot through their time together. You've been here in Detroit for your first 12 seasons. Just how do you feel about the city of Detroit?
I'm happy for the players. Happy for those guys.
Matt, you showed incredible.
So shout out to Corey Woods. First off, fantastic at his job. Does great stuff out there, and just a great dude. Shout out Corey. I do give him a little bit of a pass. I will give him a little bit of a pass. Raw emotion, coming off of a loss. He's probably not happy. He's not going to be happy. But what I don't like is Corey asked him directly, the city. What about the city? How do you feel about the city of Detroit? And he said, I'm happy for the players. Not mentioning the city at all. Not mentioning the fans. Not even mentioning those simps that were calling you by all three names and wearing your jersey. Like, come on, bro. I get it. You're mad you're lost. You're mad Jared just endeared the fan base to him more than they ever could be to you because you won a playoff game for the Lions. Because he won a division for the Lions. 2 things you weren't able to accomplish in Detroit. 2 things that you'll never do for the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff did them in his, third year? Third year in a Lions uniform. So, yeah, it's okay to be salty there, Matty boy. But have fun in Cabo, asshole. We got a home playoff game to host next week. Another one.
We'll be here in the cold, you millionaire dickhead.
Yeah. Have fun with your beautiful family in a tropical paradise while we're freezing our asses off.
And real quick, too, it's kind of like, he did go on. He got a hotter girl, got a ring with that girl. They're married now, but there's nothing like your first true love. And he got to see somebody else escort his first true love to the dance and have a ball.
And close.
Yeah. And have a ball. So he was pissed about it. Boy was upset, too. He lost Tyler Higbee. He got to see his boy got hurt, and he got his ass whooped, too. The NFL. We witnessed, am I wrong? Did we not witness Matthew Stafford lose consciousness on the field last night?
Oh, he was out.
Watch the eyes roll to the back of his head.
He was a little concussed.
We are like, we watch MMA all the time. That's what that looks like.
He was knocked out.
Ali McNeil fucked him up.
Yeah.
And Kyle hurt. Tried saying that was a late hit. There should have been a flag. Fuck you, bud.
He fell into him.
Fuck you in the first. Like, I don't care. We got fucked in the false start before the half anyway.
That happened to me one time when I was playing football.
Did you get knocked out?
No, but I was severely concussed.
Yeah.
I was blocking and the running back got tackled from behind me and fell and took my legs out, and my helmet bounced off the kid's knee next to me. Just boom, smacked the kid's knee. My offensive line coach Dave was like, at halftime, I don't know where you were, but you were not in the locker room. He said I was just staring up in the lights.
That's what Stafford was on the ground.
Yeah.
He'll go fish out of water.
Yeah.
All right, we do got to break though.
He looked like Shorty kept sucking. That's what he looked like. But tell us about Fairway.
Speaking of me, Fairway Packers provide Michigan's finest hotels, restaurants, and casinos with the finest prime beef, dry aged beef, and Wagyu beef. Order it to your house online with fairwaypacking.com or stop in Grosse Pointe for grab and go steaks. Again, that's Fairway Packing Company. Order online at fairwaypacking.com.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
R.I.P. to the same old Lions. Big thanks to Sheila, Brad, and Dan for putting them to rest. And guess what else has found its grave? Same old rock, paper, scissors. Jag Labradors revolutionized that tired game with 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. Discover the action at jaglabrador.gg now and find out why once you go Jag, you never go back. And shout out to Dean and John from Jag Labrador. They hooked the boys up last night. They brought us a bunch of food, pizzas, chicken, sandwiches, some pop, a ton of stuff. Boys had a ton of fun at the watch party. They stayed for the whole thing. Great dudes. Shout out jaglabrador.gg. Shout out Dean. Shout out John.
What up, though? Welcome back to the World Heavyweights live on WorldSports.com on a playoff victory Monday. The first of my goddamn life.
Ever.
I'm Eazy. That's been more Rex. That's Young Chris. That's JB Smooth. Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Smash the like button for the Lions, if not for me. But either way, again, appreciate you guys for allowing us to be part of this experience with you. It is truly amazing. And before we move too far from the segment, or the topic, I should say, can we? I mean, I know we did a little bit. And I mean, we beat him. We already said our fuck yous from like the shit he had to say after the game. But was he not fucking balling this game?
He had a great game. He was
sidearms.
It was vintage Stafford stuff, man. The sidearms, the passes, the spirals he was putting out there. He was slinging that bitch. Him and Jared Goff were going back and forth that first half, man. That was fun football to watch.
That was fun football.
If you like football, that first half was fun offensive football to watch, man.
I think I might rewatch our game over. I guess I have to watch this one tonight because we're gonna play them.
Yeah.
I want to rewatch our game. I haven't been able to yet.
They were going back and forth, man. That was so much. You got the picture, Chris?
I got a couple of them. I'm getting the last one right now. Eazy sent me 3.
Yeah.
And so here's the one. Which one do you want? The one
the Stafford one.
This is the Stafford one.
The Stafford one.
Stafford. So this is what happens when you finally link up with Shawty and she got that Glock 9000. You know what I mean? She got that super soaker. and you know, hey, all right, Solo Cammy Chris. Before you guys freak out, I'm allowed to make these jokes. 12-time concussed, mashed potato brain brother. You know, when Tua was throwing up the signs, I can make these jokes. I've been there before. I'm with you. We all got mashed potato brains together. CTE's going to kick in soon. But yeah, that's one more time, Chris.
Bro, you read that shit off like you were like it was your Hall of Fame resume.
One more time, Chris, because this is the face of when you nut and she keeps saying.
Oh well, come on. Hey, relax. There's a lady in the room.
She's got that Glock 9000.
Be respectful.
Shout out to Stafford.
Be respectful. Come on.
Like I said, I have my card, my concussion card. I got all the punch holes in it. I get a free sandwich after my next one. Like, I can make these jokes.
Free sandwich after my next one. Whenever he's like cousining out in public, he gets to show you the card like it's cool. I've had 12 concussions.
Exactly.
Have you? Has it been 12 for real?
12.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like I've had like 5 or 6, but not like documented ones.
I had 2 that I had to go to the hospital for.
And my boy Mike, shout out to Mike. He was our punter. He got clean one day.
Yeah, I got hit from behind.
I swear I saw the fucking birds flying around his head.
So one of the games we were our game plan was like quick passes, like quick slants, quick screens, stuff like that. So we were chop blocking. And when I was chop blocking, they would just put their knee into my helmet every single time. So that was happening the whole first half. I was just taking knee to the helmet. And then on a punt, I was running down the field, got hit from behind, cracked. Like he's behind into the ref on the sideline. The ref like shrugs me off, and I hit my head on the bench.
Oh shit!
We watched it on Huddle. Literally, I get smacked into the ref. The ref like goes like this with me, and I just hit my head off the bench.
That's bad.
And like I was on the sideline of halftime because like we put up buses.
Oh, you were seizing?
I was like, I was like shaking and shit.
That's awful.
But I was like conscious and like knew, and I was like, I was like, Darius was like, oh bro, you're not going back in. I was like, bro, I'm fucking going back in.
Terrifying.
He's like, they had to like cut my pads off and take me off in an ambulance and shit. Severe concussion and brain swelling was what it was.
Well, back to Lions. Still in the injury realm, but more of like another shots out and back to the Lions in the injury realm. Sammy Laporta. This fucking guy. Yeah. When we drafted him, we gave the Italian breakdown of it, and he's tough as a fucking gum. He's tougher than fucking dry schnitzel. I couldn't think of something cool Italian to say. But Sam Laporta out there. Was it a bruised knee and something else? What was it? Zach
sure. Dislocated kneecap.
No, it wasn't. But we'll go with that. You might as well.
It was a hyperextension and bruise.
Hyperextension and bruise. Bone bruise. Thank you. Yep. Drained the blood out of his knee.
Shattered
twice
kneecap.
Last week. Yeah. Shot in the
kneecap
leg.
Was broken into 50 pieces, and he still went out there and scored a touchdown.
Dude, he shot in the leg while he was defending an old lady being robbed. What were you saying, Chris?
I said, bro broke it into 50 places. Like, I only need 7 of them. Let's go.
Hey, keys of wisdom. And I understand Laporta. I will read this in an Italian accent. Jalen Carter, what? Get the fuck out of here.
Come on.
Come on. Oh. Sammy Laporta on a fucking broken leg still scored a touchdown.
With a broken leg, though.
I fucking love this team, man.
How you doing all this with a broken leg, though?
How you feeling about your boy Sammy Laporta?
I love it, man. I love it. It was a tough, gritty performance from the kid. He went out the man. He's a young man.
Yeah.
He went out there. He performed. His team needed him. They know how important he is to this offense. He knows how important he is to this offense. And that was my biggest point when we talked about it, was his red zone targets. That's what they would miss the most out of him if he doesn't play. He's their biggest weapon in the red zone. He is their number one target in the red zone. And he leads the team with receiving touchdowns for a reason. And he got one in there because he's a big body, he creates space, has great hands. And that's exactly what he did to get that touchdown. So shout out to Laporta, man. Talk about nuts. Him and Michael Badgley walking around that office today, probably just cojones out there. Yeah. Like, shout out to those guys. Shout out to those guys, man.
Sammy Laporta's tougher than a frozen cannoli. Oh, hey,
tougher than an overcooked steak. What are you talking about?
Come on, Sammy Cutlets.
Hey, it was an impressive performance. Gritty stuff from the kid.
On top of it just being like a gritty, and by the way, I put in the prep sheet, he embodies the grit that Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes talk about. They've surrounded this team, they've built this team with those type of characters in mind for what I believe is these type of moments. Because on that dislocated, shot up, broken leg, and bruised kneecap, he still was just as productive as he's been all season long. I couldn't tell. Outside of like when reporters would like, and I'm not disrespecting reporters because I love a lot of them, but I don't know who asked it, but it was like, it looks like it wasn't even bothering you. And he was like, I can't say that. But it's like,
I mean, he did look pretty fluid.
He did. He did.
They must have hit him with some kind of shot and sent his ass out there. Cause
the adrenaline of the stadium, adrenaline of the moment, and him just being a tough son of a bitch, man.
It was like, I talked about it on the pregame, like Ray Lewis. You remember Ray Lewis's Super Bowl, his last Super Bowl? That fucking Megatron shit he was wearing on his arm, where it was just like 7 different braces and his arm was all just like plastic and shit. That was Sam Laporta's leg. That was a big ass fucking brace he had on his leg. It wasn't no little compression sleeve with a tiny brace.
Yeah.
No, that thing was huge. And he was out there making it look fluid, making it look like he wasn't there. He played well. It didn't seem to affect him, but he was for sure hurting.
I gotta find it. I don't know if I sent it to myself or not, but I was trying to find like our predictions, and like while I was looking for that, I found some Super Bowl path stuff well before Bruno even had his show actually, and it was you and I was like, Spinny, I think there is a way they can go, and this is before the draft even, and I was like, they're gonna have to, like, the guys they do draft because of Jared Goff's contract, they're gonna have to be able to go right now.
Yeah,
they have to be able to contribute to this team right now. And that was the dream scenario because we're talking about a Super Bowl, right? That's like, we haven't won a playoff game at that point. They did playoffs with Dan Campbell at that point. Brad Holmes went and drafted guys that contributing right now, and Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Brian Branch,
and Jack Campbell, bro.
And Jack Campbell.
Jack made some plays last night too. It's, dude.
What?
Brad Holmes is the GOAT. Like,
he really is.
Brad Holmes is.
We should just jump into that one next. Because Brad Holmes, his fingerprints are all over this. That's why he got the game ball last night.
He could very well go down, if he continues on this path, on this trajectory, he could go down as the best GM in Detroit sports history.
He already is, in my opinion.
I'm not going to say that.
Who's better than him?
I mean, you got both.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jack Lions
McCloskey.
for sure. Lions for sure.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about GM ever.
Detroit sports.
Detroit sports. No, we can't say that.
I can't. I'm not saying it yet.
No, I know.
Because, you got Jimmy D.
You got Jack McCloskey.
Yeah,
brought
Jack
the Pistons
McCloskey,
too.
Jimmy Delvano. Like, there's a lot of guys that you give that to. You give the nod over him right now. But if he continues on this trajectory, he's definitely going to be in the conversation.
I mean, he's definitely the best GM in my favorite sports team. So
best GM in Lions history already, for sure.
I'll probably end up waving that flag it away. Because obviously you have those guys that have been great, but we've only really lived through 2 of them. If Stevie completes the job, and obviously Ken before him. But we have to go to break. When we come back, we'll talk more about Brad Holmes because he's a motherfucking man. Tell us about Hamlin Pub.
Yeah, Hamlin Pub. I'll tell you about Hamlin Pub. Have you ever wanted a bar where you're a regular? We have just the place for you. Head to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone's a regular. They got half-off pizza on Thursdays, and they have food and drink specials for all Michigan sports and every NFL game. Hamlin Pub, check it out. Your favorite pub for all things sports. Hamlin Pub, where everyone's a regular.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry-aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Boner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Boner and Broder.
BullseyeEventGroup.com. The party carries on because the Detroit Lions are home again for another playoff game. If you missed it, we've been hyping it up for the past month. All right, I finally got my first experience of it. It's the best tailgate experience I've ever had. All you can eat, all you can drink, and they'll drive your drunk ass to the game then afterward. BullseyeEventGroup.com, brought to you by Long Drink. Make sure you guys get your tickets for the next playoff game. We're there again. We were there last week. They won. We're rehearsing it again. We're redoing it all over again. BullseyeEventGroup.com.
Shout out to Bullseye, man. They had such good food there, dude.
It's great.
The soup they had, so good. They had that.
Say soup. What is it?
It's like a fried rice ball. It's Italian thing. And those like chili cheese tater tots. Crazy work.
The chicken and potatoes?
They're like honey barbecue chicken and mashed potatoes.
I tried one of those cookies too. Cookies smacking too.
I didn't have a cookie. Should have had a cookie.
On top of the great food we're talking about. Free drinks.
Free drinks.
You can't drink. Great time.
And I met some movers and shakers there.
Yeah, you did.
Met some movers and shakers there.
Yeah, we did.
Shout out to Nerd Out. Shout out to Nerd Out channel, YouTube channel. was talking to their social media manager, randomly talking to a guy about this hat and anime and my new channel that I started. He's the social media manager for Nerd Out, which has 3.3 million subs on YouTube. And so we...
Spinball Rack Speaks on YouTube. Subscribe right now.
Subscribe. We've been politicking.
Check it out.
All right, one last shout out. Shout Landon. My guy Billy, his son. He was texting me yesterday, and I didn't have his number saved, and he just hyped me up about the game. And I was like, let's fucking, okay, Landon, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out to Landon. Shout out Detroit Lions. Shout out Brad Holmes. We said it a little bit before break. Maybe we should have went into something else. I don't care. I want to give this guy some love. Brad Holmes, the fucking villain. And you wonder why he's the villain? Because nice guys finish last. And Brad Holmes currently is steady winning. A villain move is to have your former organization come here and you whoop their ass. A villain move is to do everything he did to acquire these pieces to make this team great. And I hope Broderick Martin becomes a piece of that too, because I know he is like a part of that trade acquisition as well. But like, god damn, man. We just talked about it. Brian Branch, key contributor to last night's game. Pass deflection. I think he had 6 or 7 tackles. I'll pull it up on my computer right now. Jack Campbell, cashed in on 5 tackles, 4 solo. Afonso Melifonwu, 3 tackles, 2 solo. He went and grabbed C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I know it's somewhat to do with the relationship with he and AG. 7 tackles, 4 solo. These are all pieces that Brad Holmes brought in. Alex Zanoloni led the team. 8 total tackles. 2 of them tackles for loss. Brian Branch, 7 was the number. He's him. Brad Holmes had his and you mentioned it, and the broadcast, not the broadcast, but the post-game speech, where he said we built this team with all grit for a reason.
Yeah.
And what was the word he said? We went through the darkness.
Yeah.
We went through the darkness to what?
It shaped us.
It shaped us.
We were born in the darkness, molded by it.
That is a line the villain would say.
That is literally the villain. Literally. One of the coldest villains. Like, Bane was a fucking boss. Brad Holmes, somebody. We got to make that a t-shirt. Brad Holmes with a Bane mask on.
Yep.
The darkness shaped us. And that should be a t-shirt right now.
To put it in perspective, too, real quick, is I think you watched that game last night, and this may piss some of you guys off because I'm not even going to go there. We're in celebration mode.
Yeah, relax.
But I think you could watch that game last night, and almost anybody in America with a football brain would tell you, obviously, Matthew Stafford is more talented than Jared Goff. However, and we had that guy in this team, Matthew Stafford. We didn't win dick. Matthew Stafford gave us 2 things, jack and shit. We didn't get a goddamn thing. But now what's different, even though you have a guy that's perceived as less talented and a Jared Goff, is you have a general manager like Brad Holmes surrounding him with the pieces that he needs to succeed. Guys, you want to talk about the yak? We got the Amon-Ra St. Brown, last year's 2022 Yak King. This year missed it by like 4 yards, just CeeDee Lamb. Got those pieces in Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got Jahmyr Gibbs. Thank God he was catching the ball last night. But every time he caught the ball, he made something of it. Matter of fact, and I love Ben Johnson. You guys know I love Ben Johnson. But there was a screen call after we either got sacked or I think after the Jared Goff fumble where the announcers were like,
I don't remember the Jared Goff fumble happening.
It was like a double. It was supposed to be a pass, but he threw it behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't.
So it counted as a fumble. That's what I'm saying. He performed so well.
I don't even remember that.
You forgot about that happening.
I literally don't remember that.
Probably blacked out by that
pass
point.
you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you guys keep explaining. I don't remember that happening.
That's fine. Either way, to the point. After they threw a screenplay, then afterward, and then the announcers were like, "Oh, Ben Johnson, phenomenal play call." No. Jahmyr Gibbs broke like 4 tackles on that. That pissed me off. And I love Ben Johnson. I'm like, don't give Ben Johnson credit on the play call when Jahmyr Gibbs broke 4 tackles to gain 10 yards. Like that. Like,
dude, he was awesome.
Yeah, he's fucking amazing. And Brad Holmes draft pick right there. Dave Montgomery brought in for Brad Holmes too.
Josh Reynolds brought in by Brad Holmes.
Yeah.
Picking up off a scrap heap. No disrespect to Josh Reynolds, but he was cast aside by the Titans. That man was pinnacle for the Lions to get their offense off early. They kept going back to him. He made plays, like 5 plays in a row.
I think he had 75 yards in the first quarter.
Yeah. They just kept feeding him, and he kept taking care of business. He's been one of their most consistent wide receivers all year. Whenever they need him, he makes plays. He has like an absurd amount of first down catches this year. Josh Reynolds has been great all year, and he continued that. Without Khalif Raymond, who I know Khalif isn't the guy who's getting the biggest target share, but he's still a piece of the pie. And Josh Reynolds stepped up, man.
And again, just pointing out, to have the amazing cast of players that we've had previously, the Calvin Johnsons, the Glover Quinn that we had in the show, the Dominic and Sue, Matthew Stafford. These are guys that are like elite at those positions. They have the elite skill sets at the position. Calvin Johnson, Sue, for damn sure. Matthew Stafford, have whatever debates you want to have. But we never cashed in wins with those. But what's been different this time around with this Detroit, the brand new Detroit Lions, is a guy like Brad Holmes, is a guy like Dan Campbell, and a guy like Ben Johnson. That's what's different. Because you know damn right, being honest about it, and I know we love these guys, but who's more skilled? Calvin Johnson or Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Calvin Johnson.
Who's more skilled? Matthew Stafford or Jared Goff?
Matthew Stafford.
But we're doing more with less because of those pieces. That's what the brand new Lions is. And that's why I want to just rest in peace the bullshit narrative, because we've never had that. We never had that at the helm. Is Sheila Ford Hampton part of that too? God bless these villains, and I hope they keep killing it. We keep breaking hearts all season long until we get to the Super Bowl and break somebody's heart in the AFC. I'm here for it. Locked in, baby.
Locked in.
Let's go.
It was an amazing performance. This is the deepest, most complete team I've seen the Lions have. It's not top heavy. You have guys up and down the stat sheet making plays. You have multiple running backs that can make things happen. You have multiple receivers that can make things happen. Guys that you can get the ball to and you know they're going to give you some crazy work. So I'm extremely happy with what this Lions team has become, with what Brad Holmes has shaped this roster to be. And he talked about it. You know, we brought guys in here that have grit. We went for that for a reason. And, you know, what sets the tone with something like that? Your first draft pick in your new city, your first draft pick for your new team, being the best offensive lineman in the NFL, being a future Hall of Famer, being first team All-Pro as a 23-year-old man, being Penei Sewell. That sets the tone. And you build through the draft, and you're just getting better and better. And now you got a real shot. You got a real shot at this. The Booner Path is alive and well.
You want to talk about being a villain, being scary. If I may be a villain on the national broadcast takeover to give you guys my plans like they always seem to do in movies and shows, this ain't over.
No.
These guys that are contributing to these wins are on their second year, their rookies, their third year. They've been through like their first contract in the NFL. This is not a finished product, especially when you look at that defensive side of the ball. You're just now starting to see Jack Campbell come to what he could be. We're just now witnessing Fontu Melifonwu be what he can be at the safety position. This ain't its final form. Shit's gonna get scarier. Shit ain't sweet in Detroit no more. And Matthew Stafford got the first taste of it. Chris, can you put the picture up one more time of Matthew Stafford getting the first taste of what Detroit's like moving forward? Looks bitter. You don't want that. You don't want that. But we're going to force feed it down your fucking throat because we're the villains and we're here to stay, baby. Let's go, Lions. One pride. Woo! Fucking jacked right now. Can't wait to see what we eat next. Monday Night Football, bring it.
Line them up.
Line them up,
Line
baby.
them up. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care if it's the Fighting Baker Mayfields. I don't care if it's those tush-push merchants in Philly. The Detroit Lions are winning next week. The Detroit Lions are going to play in the NFC Championship game.
3 more wins, Big M. 3 more wins, goddamn right, man. And I hope they do it like they did with the Pistons in 04. How they spray painted every
so sick.
win on the way there. Because first it was 4, now it's 3. And we're at home, so we can do it too. Now, hey, I want you to be able to say you heard it here first. Although I'm the 5 to 7 show, maybe someone else had to say this, I don't know. Packers might be a threat to the 49ers too. Don't be. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but don't be surprised.
They
if
look
it does.
pretty good. Packers look pretty good. If the Packers beat the 49ers, I would literally cream in my pants.
We know from experience that Packers offense can catch you. And by the way, too, and as much as I'm building them up, I'm still not necessarily even scared of them either, because you want to know why? We faced them 2 times now. We have brilliant minds in our coaching staff. We've beat them more times than they beat us. We have the upper hand in that situation. On top of the fact that if it gets there, it's here. I fucking love this team, man. When we come back, let's talk about hosting that Lion game or that another home game and who you want to see. But first, tell us about Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes, in the 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down, Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, with one major difference from the big box chains. They're family and locally owned and operated for 30 plus years. Like I said, 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local, curbside, and home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up, though? Welcome to World Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm Eazy. Joined by my guys from Rex,
What up,
Chris, JB Smooth. Actually had a great video from Dan Campbell on Brad Holmes that I forgot to go to during that last segment. Do you want to play at the end, or you want to play it now? Or?
Let's play now.
You want to play that, Chris?
Yeah.
It's Dan Campbell on Brad Holmes.
You used that word before. What did you know about him and your chemistry? Was it right away? Did it take a bit? And could you have ever imagined the kind of relationship you guys have now and the way you work together?
Well, I knew it felt right. The first phone call we ever had after, he had been hired and then I got hired. And so really before that we had a phone call. It was really right before I was, that I took the job. And it was just kind of an intro. I mean, I could tell, there's, for a first phone call for somebody you don't know yet, we have mutual contacts. We have people that both of us, we have mutual friends that we have a lot of trust in. And it was, I could tell it felt like it was going to be right. And then once I got around him, it was, man, I could feel that early. It's one of those, well, if this is who he is and this doesn't change, we're going to be just fine. And sure enough, he's everything that, I thought he was going to be from those first meetings, everything that I'd heard about him. And it's just, we're fortunate, but it's also it's a great job by Sheila, Chris Spillman, Rod, those guys identifying that they felt like we would be compatible and that we saw things very much alike. And we do. We see them. We're very similar. In the way that we view players, view a team, how we want to build it, and I have things, and I have a certain vision, and Brad has helped me, by the type of players we acquire, and what we look for. I mean, he's given me that. He's helped me. So, listen, that's it. The GM and head coach have to have a healthy relationship, and it starts with ownership, but then that's the next most important by far. And if you don't have that, you just can't sustain success.
And I guess if I may expound on that a bit, it's just like, obviously, you credit Brad and Dan with a lot of what's going on. But when he mentioned it starts with the ownership, he's absolutely right, because they weren't hired in tandem. There was no previous relationship with each other. As you heard in that clip, they had a phone call for the first time after each of them had gotten hired.
Yeah.
It almost feels like a risky or dumb move to have done that, to not know like if these guys are even going to mesh. And as you heard Dan Campbell say, it's one of the most important relationships to have within an organization. But that just, I guess, goes to show you why you want to give your hats off to like a freaking Chris Spielman, a Mike Disner, and a Sheila Ford Hamp to have, I guess, get the feel that these two were going to work together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were going to mesh. And to be honest, Dan Campbell, I feel like just meshes with everybody. He's
a very likable guy.
Yeah.
He's a very likable guy.
Great dude.
It's hard.
Fun dude.
Somebody that has that kind of energy, somebody that has that kind of passion about what they do, it's hard to not mesh with them, especially when you share that same energy, when you share that same passion. We all know Dan Campbell's a crazy person. You know, the double shot, the kneecaps, the down ups, all the stuff. And we know Brad Holmes is a crazy person. Video one more time of Brad Holmes literally being an insane person. My favorite video ever.
That was literally me.
That was literally me right over there.
Yeah.
That was Eazy. Eazy was doing that same exact thing in the kitchen, like going free. It's man, when you have that kind of passion, when you have that kind of drive for something, and it's impossible to not love that. It's impossible to not latch onto that, man. I love Brad Holmes. I love Dan Campbell. They're match made in heaven, man, and they both share that kind of just flat out. Just passion and love, and you see it how they react. You see it when they got Penny Sewell.
Yeah.
When they got that first win in their first year, all the different things, all the steps that have led up to this playoff victory. It's all, when you have Chris Spielman, like I said, Chris Spielman looking around like, dude, this guy's pretty crazy. you know you got that kind of that gift, and I love Brad Holmes, man.
I love Brad Holmes too, and despite like the amount of love he shows, the amount of emotion he has towards these players that he's crafted this team with in his first general managing job, I still feel like he's been able to make those GM moves despite that. And I guess we haven't seen one as of late. No, I think so still, with like when you had to remove Patterson, bring Badgley back in, like those type of situations. I mean, we'll see as contracts start to roll out. But let's be honest, the guys that are getting these contracts are deserving of these contracts. Once Amon-Ra St. Brown gets his, he is more than deserving of it.
And the stuff he did in the offseason of guys that he's bringing in, the guys he re-signed, the Kaminsky's, the Ancelonis, giving these guys the contracts that he wanted back, going out, getting Graham Glasgow. How pivotal has Graham Glasgow been for this team all season? Going out, obviously the fantastic draft, getting a Cam Sutton, getting Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, bringing these guys in. Brad's working his masterpiece. But we do have someone on the phone line. JB, who do we got?
Yeah, we got Chef on the phone line for you guys.
Chef. How you feeling, Chef?
What up, though?
What up, though, man?
Man. I was 9 years old, man. Last time these dudes won a playoff game, I was 9 years old. And I don't even remember it. But what I do remember is what happened yesterday. I had to be subdued and calm because I had to take my wife to the clinic. She had a pinched nerve. So, I'm just sitting there just screaming inside, but I can't scream because I'm in the waiting room. You know what I'm saying? So, after that final kneel down, I just had to walk outside, man, and just breathe a sigh of relief. There's just lots of different emotions. And then I turned into the post-game show. Not the post-game, the watch party, because I was looking for the post-game show. And then I saw Spinny crying. And then that dude got me, fighting back tears and stuff. So I was like, it was what it was. But, man, the whole Matthew Stafford thing, not addressing the city, that was crazy, man. And that's why I was on that whole F. Stafford train the entire time. We knew that Stafford hadn't won us anything, and we can still say that Stafford hasn't won a playoff game in Detroit, right? And before I go, I want to address Mr. ETM in the chat, who is
name dropping, Hall of Fame dropping.
Uh-oh.
He's a Super Rams fan, and can't understand why we would boo Matthew Stafford, why we would hype up Jared Goff. But let's dispel this narrative that I've been seeing around social media. The Detroit Lions did not throw Stafford away. Stafford went to Cabo with Sean McVay and came back and said he didn't want to be here. He didn't believe in Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. He didn't believe in the new Lions regime. He didn't want to be part of another rebuild. So that's how the trade got started.
Yep.
The LA Rams, they threw Jared Goff in the trash. So all you LA Rams fans that are talking about, oh, well, we didn't do that to Goff. No, you threw him away. And
That's
he
facts.
came to Detroit as a broken man. And this city picked him up. And he picked up this city. And that's why we're behind Goff. And that's why we were chanting Goff's name. And that's why we were booing Matthew Stafford.
Hell yeah.
So all
you
you
love to
Rams
see it, man. Love to see it. Chef, appreciate you, bro. You said, couldn't have said it better myself. Could not have said it better myself. This is, the guy went out there, he came in at an all-time low with his confidence when he got traded. And now he's probably at an all-time high in his NFL career when it comes to confidence. What he's doing, how he's playing out there. Stafford took care of business, man. Goff took care of business, man. Goff went out there and took care of business. Like I said, you won't hear me throw any dirt on that guy's name ever again. He won my team a division. He won my team a playoff game. And he's going to be winning my team another playoff game here in 6 days.
Yeah, Sunday. Sunday we will find out who we play, and we'll find out who we play tonight. When we get back, I want to find out who you guys want to play. That's supposed to be this segment. You want to tell us about Guardian Alarm real quick?
Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and no Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserve technology. It's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800
Stay Out.
That's 1-800
Stay Out,
and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. How would you like to win not one, but two vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Start the year lifted. Visit Dispo Dispensary today for exclusive new deals. Experience Dispo Dispensary, a team that curates an unbelievable atmosphere mixed with fresh inventory from Michigan's largest variety of products. Come through our stores or order at Dispo Dash today. New year, new deals, same plug. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com, your local cannabis plug. What up, though? Welcome back to the World Heavyweights live on WorldSports.com. I'm Eazy, Kung Fu Spinny, Chris, JB Smooth. Smash that like button. Be a friend, tell a friend. We soaked it up. Detroit Lions won. We soaked it up and we let it out. Cried a few tears today. It's kind of crazy. But on to the next.
You're literally over there drinking Kool-Aid.
I'm literally over here drinking.
No. Turn around.
No Kool-Aid. What?
No free sponsors.
Oh. Well, you already called out Kool-Aid.
I feel like Kool-Aid's like tissue. Like it's.
I guess.
I guess it is actually a brand name though.
Yeah. Either way, another game coming up. In Ford Field. You kind of said you wanted the revenge route. You still want to go along with storylines.
Give me the Philadelphia Eagles. Feed me the Eagles. This is a team that is banged up. This is a team that is falling apart in the locker room. You see what A.J. Brown's doing. He's scrubbing his social medias of all Eagles stuff, deleting his Twitter account. This is a team that they're tush-push merchants, that if they don't have a good run game, the offense is not as good as we've seen it be in the past couple of years. They are in a tailspin. The Philadelphia Eagles are not playing good football. The past, 7 weeks of the year, they haven't been playing good football.
Yeah.
So I want the Eagles. I want the revenge tour to continue. It started off Matt Stafford. Check. Next week, Matt Patricia, DeAndre Swift. Check. NFC Championship game. Green Bay. Get a revenge from them beating us on Thanksgiving. Check. And then in the Super Bowl, Baltimore Ravens. Get that check back. I mean, that'd be tough. The Ravens are good. But
no, you're good.
That is the revenge path. The Booner Path Revenge Edition.
The spinny
Give
path.
me that fucking revenge train.
The Kung Fu spinny path.
The Kung Fu spinny path. The Spenmo Rex Speaks path. That revenge train.
Last one kind of long. I don't know.
That's what I want, bro. Last one, yeah. There's
a lot of adjectives.
That's
or what do you call it?
It's going pretty far.
Syllables? Oh,
Syllables, yeah.
I said adjectives. I'm an idiot.
Adjectives describe things. But that's what I want. I want the smoke. I want the smoke. I want to put up 500 all-purpose yards on Matt Patricia's dumbass. I want to hold DeAndre Swift to under 30 yards rushing and show him why he never should have went crawling to Philly. Give me the fucking Eagles.
To be honest, sprinkle a little bit more revenge into that recipe in the path. You also got CJ versus the Eagles.
Yeah.
His former team.
That's true.
You want to talk about revenge games, and they offered him a 3-year deal, but it was disrespectful in his eyes, so he dipped and ended up here in Detroit. Revenge continues on, but if I'm being honest, and I see the chat is going to agree with me on this one, 65% of them at least. Give me Buccaneers. The storyline is cool, but I want our best odds to win. If I'm being honest with you, all due respect to both teams, by the way, but I just feel more comfortable going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home than I do the Philadelphia Eagles. Like watching our defense get routed up by Cooper Kupp last night. I'm sorry, not Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. Watching them get routed up by Puka Nacua last night, you got to think, by next week, A.J. Brown might be healthy. Now you're dealing with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. There's only one surefire weakness of the team. It's that secondary. And those are two dog-ass receivers I just would rather not see. And I get there's Mike Evans and there's Godwin on the other side of it. You're still dealing with, unfriendly matchup situations either way. But I think, obviously, Mike Evans kind of on the later half of his career, and we've beat them before.
Also,
and
Baker Mayfield
exactly.
versus Hurts.
Yeah, exactly. The Baker Mayfield versus Hurts situation. Although Hurts, all banged up, has not been Hurts of old. Chris?
Also, we've had the storyline victory. Like, it's cool to keep having storylines to go to every game. Like, it would be cool to beat the Eagles and all of that. Easy, you could bring back your whole lock from last year. You could bring back your whole lock.
Handshake bets.
$5 lock.
But no,
damn,
we've had that story. We got it. We got the ultimate perfect script for this first game, winning against our former quarterback. Now it's time to just win games. Just take the game that's going to be easiest to win, and that's Tampa Bay, who we know we've beaten before. So I would take Tampa Bay. I'm not fearful of the Eagles, but if I'm choosing and I'm picking each game to win, I'm picking Tampa Bay as my opponent.
JB?
I mean, I like the drama, but I kind of got to leave
Save
with
the drama for your mom.
I kind of got to leave with Chris on this one.
Fuck that. Give me the smoke.
It's time for wins. It's time for wins
Say
right
it
now.
with your chest.
Honestly, if you go up against Tampa Bay one more time, I mean, this could give your defense a little boost of confidence that you could leading into that NFC Championship game. I mean, GJ didn't look the best, but he still went out there and performed at the best of his capabilities. I think if he gets another game under his belt, boom, you're in.
Take it easy, Jamal.
Careful with that one, but still, like I'm saying, he went out there, he still did his thing, but he's still getting his feet under him as well too. But I know he can still go out there and perform. So, give me Tampa Bay on this one. No offense to Philly, but hey, we want wins and we want a path to that NFC Championship.
Give me Philly. Give me Philly. I want the smoke. I want all the smoke. I want it in my front doorstep. I want the smoke like I was blowing smoke around here last night. Give me Philly. Philly's not even that good anymore either. They've looked like Tampa's looked like a better team, other than the last game of the season where Tampa won like 9-0 or whatever it was. But if you take the last, I don't know.
Oh, Panthers.
Yeah.
The worst team in the league.
Yeah, that was not.
Me Tampa.
But if you take the sample size of the past like 5 or 6 games, Tampa Bay has looked like a better team than Philadelphia.
I mean, that's true. We had that graphic. That was about a month or two ago, right, when we were comparing the Lions and Eagles defense.
Yeah.
And the Lions defense was better in almost every metric, and this Lions defense in particular, has gotten better. So that's a fair point, but I just know the talent and the way they match up
they definitely have more talent. Tampa's got talent too, though. Like
they do.
You talk about wide receivers that Philly's got. Tampa's got 2 damn good wide receivers over there too. They've got a very good receiving back in Rashad White. They got a lot of studs on defense. Like, it's not like Tampa's a bunch of scrubs.
But Philly's better.
Philly's better, yeah. But it's close, man. It's close. We'll see what happens in this game. It's going to be a fun game to watch.
It's going to be a really good game. It's crazy, too, because, like, real quick, a couple years back.
I would trust Jalen Hurts more than Baker Mayfield, though. Like, if I was an opposing fan.
Yeah.
Like, if you're like, who do you want? I would take Hurts over Mayfield. Because Baker you never know what he's going to give you.
Yeah. I say it's funny with the Philly-Tampa matchup because, like, a few years back on Tampa's Super Bowl run, they played Philly when they were just emerging. And now it's like the shoes have like switched. Like, Philly is the guys that coming off a Super Bowl run or on what they perceive to be a Super Bowl run. And now Tampa's, like, re-emerging because they've kind of like get to rebirth themselves. Which, by the way, shout out to them in the first place. I clowned them at the beginning of the season, but they kind of shit at me. I remember we were laughing like between them and the Commanders for that #1 overall pick.
Yep.
And here they are. They won their division.
Same with the Rams.
Yeah. Well, I was high on the Rams.
Yeah.
Chris.
I wanted to ask this. So, like, when we're picking matchups, obviously we know that the secondary is an issue for Detroit's defense. When you're looking for, like, going forward and you're picking the path for the championship, the Booner path for the championship, what are you looking for, like, in a specific matchup with a team? Are you looking for a team that doesn't run the ball well, or a team that has a bad run defense, or what are, like, the kind of factors when we're going through this and we're picking our opponents and we're picking Tampa Bay or Philly, Green Bay or 49ers?
I want the least mobile quarterback.
I don't care. I don't care anymore.
You care.
You show up, you do your job, you beat the other team. The way this Lions offense is playing right now, the way this team is playing, the way Aiden Hutchinson is playing, that's our next topic that we're gonna get into, is Aiden Hutchinson and what he's been doing. I have the confidence that they can beat any team in the NFC right now. I don't care who you are.
But you gotta have, like, want the.
There are matchups you want. Yeah, you want. Yeah. I want the smoke. Give me Philly. Feed me Philly.
This same guy didn't want Chris Jones, didn't care if Chris Jones was there or not.
Yeah.
It's the same scenario.
What do you mean?
Give me the weaker team.
No, I mean, if it's there, I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to be like, Darren, we got to play Tampa. Shucks. But I want Philly, man. I want the revenge tour.
Give me the easy guys.
Line them up. Our offensive line will make us better than the opposing team. That offensive line will go up there. They will keep Goff clean, and they will move people around in the run game, so we will have success no matter who lines up against us.
Will you see who has more sacks, actually, Philly or Tampa?
Yeah.
Because I know you had to pull up a computer from Friday. Well, I don't know if you have it still on there from Friday. But I guess the other part, too, where I'm like, matchup-wise, as Chris put it, is I want the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Because although Baker can run, and he does somewhat extend plays because he kind of has to.
Bucks have more sacks.
He's not the biggest guy, but yeah, he has to find lanes to throw through. But the thing that hurts, like on the run, on top of having those wide receivers, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to have that headache. I don't want to have that stress on myself, like the week leading into that game. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Bucks at 48, Sacks on the season. The Eagles have 43.
Damn.
The Ravens have 60, bro. That's crazy.
They're eating. Who we got on the phone, JB?
We got Juan 313.
Juan.
Juan. Yeah. What up, Juan?
What up, there, y'all? Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. How you feeling, man?
Spenny, I can't believe you folded, dog.
Hey, bro.
Wait, what?
Hold on. Hello? Y'all hear me better now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's better.
I said, Spenny, I can't believe you folded, dog. Last night.
Hey, bro.
Dog.
Last night was a
No,
blur,
I'm
man.
messing.
Last night was a blur.
No,
yeah, he did.
I'm playing.
He was under the influence. They took advantage of my boy.
I mean,
No, we can't do it. We
Like
can't
I
do
said,
nothing
bro.
about it. If they don't re-sign him, they wrong at this point.
you're going to do what you're going to do. He's had the most success as a Lions quarterback in my life.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, they look bad as an organization. I ain't the biggest golf fan, but if they look bad as an organization if they don't re-sign him at this point.
Facts.
Not for 50, though.
Yeah, I still don't
But,
like that 50 number.
I'd rather play the Eagles, dog. They
Let's
match
go.
up way better with the Eagles. They should have beat them last year. I don't care about the narrative. I mean, the narrative's better, but I don't care about the narrative. But they match up better with the Eagles. The Eagles they use the running game to set up their pass. The Lions is one of the best run defenses in the league. And Tampa is just Baker Mayfield got the Leroy Jenkins energy, man. And he one of them, two of them could hurt you.
He's got that crazy energy for sure, bro.
Exactly. So I ain't worried either way. I think the Lions will win either way. I just think they match up better with the Eagles. So I'd rather see them.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. I can't see it, guys.
I see where he's coming from because the Eagles do use the run to set up the pass. They want to run the ball. They want to go up. They want to line you up. They want to run the ball.
Yeah, that's fair.
They got a good offensive line. The Lions are one of the best teams at stopping the run. I definitely, because Tampa, they just want to throw it. I mean, Rashad White's good, but their offensive line isn't good enough to just line up and run down your throat. They've got the Mike Evans. They got Chris Godwin. They got guys on the outside.
They also have a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, and they have a mobile quarterback.
But I'm not asking. I'm not
Philly?
asking.
Philly does.
I'm not asking anyone to be
But
a fan.
AJ Brown's hurt.
I'm asking you guys to
They're
be
banged up.
analytical of like the game and the Detroit Lions.
He's not coming back.
I mean,
on
no,
an
the Eagles
analytical
are definitely
basis,
a
if you had to
better
pick out the weakness of the Detroit Lions defense, you had to pick out two things that
Receivers.
receivers and mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah. No, I mean the Eagles are definitely a better team for sure. But I think they'll beat both of them.
Yeah, matchup wise, for sure.
They're a tougher matchup, yeah. Because I get where he's coming from though, because they do want to run the ball, and they're pretty banged up. Hurts his finger, AJ Brown's knee, Devontae Smith's ankle. Like they're dealing with quite a few injuries.
Yeah, but I mean it's a whole week away. Like AJ's not playing this week. Maybe he's good to go next week.
Maybe.
Did they even say what is his official injury, JB? You know?
I am not 100% sure. All I know is that he missed out on practice, and then I think Saturday night there was a boxing match or boxing fight.
Mm-hmm.
Someone spotted him there as well too. So.
Who?
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I'll have to look into that one.
He's got beef. Like I said, he deactivated his Twitter and he cleared everything Eagles related off his Instagram. So there's something going on. Yeah, I think it's like a pretty serious injury. I don't think he's going to be back.
I'll have to look it up.
That's just me speculating, but that's how it looks like to me, at least.
I know it might be the same thing as Laporta, maybe. I'll look it up during the break.
Tell us
I got to
about
check out
Mark
Mark White. Because Mark White got the best buying experience in the real estate game. You want to know why? Because he can save you up to $5,000 on your closing costs. That's $5,000 he can save you on the purchase of your new home. That's markwhitesales.com or give him a call at 248-290-8242.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line, featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Avenue, live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy, Spimo Rex, Young Chris, JB Smooth, Spinny. Tell us about this Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden F. and Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson, man. I gotta get this right real quick. Let me pull something up.
You're good.
But this man's been on a heater, dude. This man has been on a heater since the Cowboys game. So it's 3 games now. In 3 games, Aiden Hutchinson has had 7 sacks. In these 3 games, Aiden Hutchinson has looked like the best pass rusher in the NFL. He has been getting after it. He has combined for 15 tackles and 7 sacks in his past 3 games. The dude has been playing lights out. The dude has been playing how Aiden Hutchinson played at the end of the year last year. The dude is showing why he is the face of your defense, why he is your franchise guy on that side of the ball, why you drafted him number 2 overall. This is what I expected out of Hutch all year. He got off to, kind of a slow start, had some hiccups throughout the season, but he finished the year with 11.5 sacks. He's already got 2 in his first postseason game ever. The man is playing like an absolute stud. Like I said, in the past 3 games, I know he isn't, but he has looked like the best pass rusher in the NFL. He's going out there, he's taking care of business. He's a problem for the opposing offense. He's a problem for any tackle lining up in front. I see J.J. Watt tweeting, like, that Hutchinson spin move is deadly. Like, the guy is making improvements. He made improvements this year. You see it with his hands. You see how he's attacking the tackle with his hands. He's not just getting into him trying to bull rush. He's using the hands. He's using rips, slapping the hands of the tackle, doing different things to get himself open to get to the passer. I was bitching about it all year. You guys know I was bitching about it all year. I don't give a shit about pressures. Give me sacks.
I don't get pissed about nothing.
I don't get pissed about nothing but the pride. Blitz, Glenn, blitz. And look at what's happening, man. He's cashing these in now. Like I said, 7 sacks in his past 3 games, man. Hutch has been so good. It's awesome to watch. Love the guy, man. He loves the state. He loves the game. It's awesome to have him on your side. And with James Houston hopefully coming back next week, shit's only going to get scarier for opposing quarterbacks coming up against the Lions. You saw what happened to Matt Stafford.
To be fair, he just fell down.
Yeah, but still, you got to get there. The man was beaten, battered, and bruised in this game. Stafford was abused by this Lions pass rush.
Yeah.
You got to lean back. Who was your second best pass rusher all year? He looks like he didn't miss a beat. Hutch is playing at the best level he's played all year, and you have another fantastic edge rusher coming back here, hopefully next week. Lions are looking good, man. Lions are looking good, and Hutch has looked fantastic.
Now, Hutch is definitely heating up, and I think he said so in the press conference his damn self, is that he thinks it's how he is as like a player. Like, he just heats up in the second half of seasons, and so far, both through his senior year at Michigan and then now and here, actually a little bit last year too. He's been just that. Maybe it's like in the clutches moments. Maybe he's like a clutch guy. He did have that strip sack on Justin Fields in the 4th quarter that day. I think he sealed the deal against Aaron Rodgers before that interception too, 2 sacks in that one. And that was even to go to the playoffs because it was a wrap at that point. Aiden Hutchinson is, I think it's safe to say he's arrived. Now that he's cashing a double-digit sack season. I think 9.5 is still very impressive to have had in your rookie year too. But in the clutch moments he's had with it, the forced fumbles alongside with it, the interception alongside with it, I think you can say that Hutch. I mean, I don't know anybody's. Do you think there's more to come? Do you think there's still like levels? Do you think like this is kind of like?
Yeah, I don't think he's complete for. You look at what Trey Hendrickson did this year. I think he had 16, 17 sacks, something like that. I think Hutch will get to that level. I don't think Hutch will ever be a TJ Watt, like 20 plus sack guy, because TJ Watt's, no offense, just a better pure pass rusher.
Mm-hmm.
But Hutchinson,
he's just like he's his own person.
He is gonna be a 13 to 16 plus sack guy for multiple years of his career. I had him at 13.5 this year. He fell too short of that. Still had a great year. And like I said, these past 3 games, you can't tell me an edge rusher in the NFL you'd rather have than Aiden Hutchinson in these past 3 games. Maybe Myles Garrett. I'll give you Myles Garrett if you say that, but past 3 games, he's looked better than anybody doing it.
Can you give just for some context for our guests here? Can you give those 3 numbers, the three stats, the stats in those 3 games, I should say?
Oh yeah, the past 3 games, Aiden Hutchinson has combined for
7 sacks,
16 total tackles and 7 sacks in his past 3 games.
With that information, Booner, would you say a Hutch has arrived? Do you think there's still like some levels to go?
How you guys doing today, first of all? Love you,
Hi,
boys. Let's go, Lions,
Let's
baby.
go, Lions, baby.
I haven't been able to get pumped up all day because I slept. I got home at like 6 a.m.
You still have your voice, man. You must not.
I do a little bit.
Are you a real Lions fan? What the hell?
Well, I had some tea today when I woke up. Just, Spenny's is gone. No, I mean, I think
I had some tea today too.
It shows kind of with Hutch what he can be. You know what I mean? Like, these have been the biggest games of his career. The playoffs, the Cowboys game, a game to. I guess that last game, that Vikings game, didn't mean much, but at the end of the day, like, those are the biggest games of his career that he's had so far. And he's went out there and produced, and he went out there and got sacked. 7 in the last 3 games is insane. Like, that's a crazy stretch.
Yeah.
And if he continues to do that, like what you said, Spenny, like, maybe he can't get on the TJ Watt level, but maybe he can. Like, if he's doing this stretch here in the biggest games of his career,
I don't know, man.
You gotta think this though. The guys that are elite right now, Max Crosby, those guys, Myles Garrett, like Max Crosby's in year 5 or 6. Hutch is in year 2.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
has this stretch. Like, give him 2 or 3 more years and let him get to there, and then I think you can have that conversation. But
like TJ Watt in his second full year, well, he had 13 sacks.
It takes time for some of these guys. Like 15. JJ Watt right away, that year 1 to year 2, yeah, that was a crazy jump. There's guys that have crazy year 1, year 2 jumps. But like some guys, you had like Max Crosby. Like, go look at his stats. Like, he's just now getting talked about as that elite, that top tier guy, and just got his first All Pro. So that's just like, give him time. But this 3-game stretch, fellas, like what he did, if he finds a way to do this throughout a whole season, I mean, he'll get to 20. Like 7 in 3 games, that's nuts, especially in how big these games were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been lights out, man. He's been lights out, and I think you can keep expecting this from him, especially when you get Houston back. We saw, Aleem is back. Yep. He hasn't really missed a beat. He looks pretty good too. Getting Houston back, hopefully this week, is definitely going to help. And then in the draft or in free agency, you don't look at me like that.
His voice thing's really killing me.
Sorry,
dude.
bro.
I had this last week from last week,
Yeah,
the national championship. My voice was gone.
I lost my voice twice this year. One was Kansas City, and then
mine was gone after
this
that.
one. But you get a corner draft or trade for a real number 1 lockdown corner on that back end, and that'll bump up his stats a little bit more too.
Think about this too. What did Brad Holmes do last year in the draft? He went offense to start. Like he addressed the offense. This year, if he addresses, he's 3 for 3 on drafts.
You got 4 picks in the first 3 rounds.
Okay.
And I don't know. We don't got to talk about this yet because we're still in the playoffs. So we're
defense, offensive line.
I want a cornerback, a defensive tackle, an edge rusher, and a offensive lineman.
That should be the problem. I think Brad knows that.
Yeah.
And he's gone 3 for 3 on drafts. I think he's going to address it, and that defense next year will be even, and you're able to get free. Like, think about how many free agents after yesterday are going to want it. Like, big time free agents are going to be like, I want to go to Detroit, and you might not even have to spend a ton of money. Like, guys will take discounts to come here now.
Oh, yeah, some people will for sure. Like, we saw what Calais Campbell did, how he went to Atlanta for kind of a discount. You're going to see some guys do that for Detroit. Yep. You're going to see some guys take some less, go play in this culture with this team. on a team that's going to be a Super Bowl contender here for the next couple of years. At the very least.
Let's go to a quick break. I want to ask Booner who he wants to see in the next round of the playoffs. But first, somebody tell us about some of the coolest merch in the city.
I will tell you about the coolest merch in the city. Head over to woodwardsports.com. Are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? It's a new sports era in sports wearables. New designs, amazing appeal, and the ultimate swag. You can check out Woodward Sports for their latest gear at woodwardsports.com and click shop. Hoodies, t-shirts, hats that are guaranteed to turn heads. Get the latest designs. Once again, head to woodwardsports.com and then click shop.
At Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 12th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating. Always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, January 12th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
What up, welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on sports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by guys from Rex, Chris, JB Smooth, and
Real quick,
can't scream because my voice.
Shout out to Runyon in the chat. His son is a number 2 quarterback who has to play 1. He's a really good 2.
He's a good 2 in the
Cue
league.
Ball says he's not even a 2. Relax.
We're not gonna.
I mean, he made plays yesterday
He's
too.
also
Like,
playing.
he
He's
did
also
get
playing
beat.
an injured
He's
foot.
playing
and ankle.
injured.
Yeah, and he did
for
get
the
beat
past
yesterday a
3
couple
weeks.
times, but like he did make some big
But
plays.
you remember the beginning of the season when he was 100% healthy. He was locking people down. He looked really good.
He's a good 2.
He's a very
Mosley
good.
was supposed to be your 1. Like
Yeah.
I don't think people forget about that.
Yeah.
Mosley was your 1, and he got.
That's
you
why,
know,
dude.
he got
Like,
out.
I wouldn't
number
mind
2.
them. Like, it depends on where they grade Kool-Aid McKinstry, but if like
trade up a little bit,
if you can trade up into those mid-teens.
You need. I think
get
you like
him.
16, 17. You
Yeah.
can get him.
I don't think anybody this time would be more happy than Booner if they drafted a guy named Kool-Aid.
That's
It's gonna be honest with you.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
that would be pretty fun.
We would have to do a collab.
Yeah, for sure.
So
How does he not have? He's got to have NIL deals for that, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I'll hit him up.
Tonight,
I'll pay him.
Detroit Lions find out their opponent for next Sunday. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Philadelphia Eagles. You got the Booner's path with the Detroit Lions going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Within the next 5 years, next 100 years,
Forever, baby.
Who fits the path narrative the most for you in terms of Detroit Lions continuing on to the NFC Championship? Is it the Philadelphia Eagles or the Buccaneers?
I think the obvious. I think everyone agree. I think it's like Tampa Bay, right? Like we already beat them at their place, so getting them back here, I think we beat them again. Obviously.
What about the whole? It's hard to beat a team twice.
I don't really care about that.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter to me. Like you had their number, and it showed that you're a better football team than them all around. And that's just it. And that was on the road. That it's not like you like played them here. And
No David Montgomery in that game either.
Yeah, like it's
true.
It's a completely different. Like they come here in the playoff. We just saw the playoff atmosphere. It's going to be the same way this next week.
Didn't Gibbs get hurt in that game too? Actually,
I think Gibbs played. Maybe Craig played a lot. I'm not sure.
I think Gibbs got hurt in that game.
I know that was the J-Mo breakout.
To be honest, though,
Yeah,
I'll take either one. If I'm being honest, I don't like Philly right now. Their defense is
That's
beaten
what I
up.
said.
Their defense isn't like what they've used to be. Like they're struggling a ton. Jalen Hurts, there's issues with him. AJ Brown, he's not just hurt. There's been like off-field issues. Like he's had to call his own team
Deactivated
meetings.
his Twitter.
Yeah, like, and he's taking everything off on Instagram of Eagle. Like, there are internal issues going on in Philly right now. So either one, like, obviously Philly's the potential scarier one because they have they have all of the weapons, they have all the players, but I would take either team, to be honest. The Booner path, you win either way. I said it 3 months ago when I first started the Booner path. Like that's probably the first episode that I ever said the Booner path. The one thing I said that day was, if the Detroit Lions get 2 home games somehow, some way in the playoffs, they will. It's a guarantee they're playing in the NFC Championship.
Did you hear the Spenmo Rex
the Spenmo Rex path
addition to the Booner path?
What's that?
Like the revenge path.
The Rax path.
So the Rax edition. We had the Rams already. Eagles in round 2. Get the revenge on Matt Patricia and DeAndre Swift. Packers in the NFC Championship. Ravens in the Super Bowl.
It's a nice revenge.
I don't want to see the Ravens though.
I don't either.
I couldn't think of any other team that we.
I would like to. So perfect scenario for the Buddha path. The perfect scenario is Packers somehow beat the 49ers, which I think like the way their offense has played the last 3 or 4 weeks, they can keep up with them.
I don't know.
Dude, that offense.
I know they've.
Did you watch the Amon Ross St. Brown podcast?
Yeah.
They were like, dude, this offense, it's buzzing.
I know they've looked good, but I think we've since we didn't see them play this week, we forgot how good the 49ers are.
Think about what a week off does too. All right, let's think of that though. Say the Packers win, right? Mm-hmm. And say the Ravens drop their first game here because they're not good in the playoffs. Say they just go back to like how the Cowboys were. You know, we know the Cowboys aren't good in the playoffs. We know Lamar Jackson and the Ravens haven't been good in the playoffs recently. If the
Ravens and the 49ers both lose, you're the best team left in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I just said this to Ryan in the back. If that happens, that means you could have a chance to go win a Super Bowl without playing the Ravens, the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the 49ers. The best teams.
Yeah.
That's like a legit possibility.
That would be a
weekend.
dream come true.
What? That is a legit possibility.
If you can get to the Super Bowl without playing the 4 best teams in the playoffs.
And no one, like, you can't be like, oh, that's an easy path. No, like a Super Bowl is a Super Bowl. If you win a Super Bowl, you went through the path that was given to you.
You like the Packers versus Niners matchup? Is that what you're saying?
I just think the Packers, like the way they've been playing the last 3 or 4 weeks.
I don't disagree, by the way.
That offense, dude, the way Jordan Love's been playing, like they've been they look good. I don't know how many times they've punted the last 2 weeks. Maybe once.
They got
twice.
A lot of good young receivers, man. They got 4 very talented young wide receivers.
Jordan Love puts that thing on a dot.
Yeah, with Wicks, Reed, Watson, and Dobbs. Like those are 4 guys that look like they're going to be pretty good in the league for a while.
Yeah.
And I think LaFleur, he's better than I've ever given him credit for too. Because like when he came here that second time around, Cardinals. We sacked him. I think it was 5 times. We went to Lambeau. And then he comes here. They didn't give us opportunities to sack him. They were just 2-step drops. And he was getting rid of the ball right away.
Yeah.
And put on a fucking rope.
Yeah.
That's one of those games.
Love was putting some dots.
I think that's what you and I got our screaming match about. I think it was following that game about you because you had like some criticism of AG. But I was like, and not just you. I aim it towards you because I have direct conversations with you, and you get champion that side too. But like in that game, Jordan Love was putting them on a fucking dot.
The argument was, and I remember this. It was that you like, and Spenny was saying the same thing, which I was kind of mad at. It was like you guys were like, oh, Jordan Love's getting 7-8 seconds back there. But if you go back and watch that game, dude, Jordan Love gets the ball out quick. Mm-hmm. Like in that Lions game, I went back and those passes, I went and did the timer. It's like 1.7 seconds, 1.5 seconds.
I never said that 7-8 seconds. I was saying that what you say. He's getting
well,
the ball
that was why I was like,
what is dot? And then the only other situation where we did get pressure, he's mobile, where he just recreated like passing lanes elsewhere on the field, and then
he's good. Jordan Love,
he is good.
I had a conversation with Jeff today, and we talked a little bit.
He had a damn good year.
We talked about it a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, he threw his second season start or whatever it is.
He's
already thrown first season start and 30+ touchdowns, and that's incredible to do for a guy. And me and Jeff were talking about it. If there's a team in the NFC North to be scared of the next few years, it's not Chicago or the Vikings. It's his Green Bay Packers team because Jordan Love, what he's shown you this year.
No, it's not the Vikings.
It's not the Vikings.
Well, I'm just saying. Take away those teams. The team that's in the next couple of years that will give the Detroit Lions any trouble in the NFC North is going to be the Green Bay Packers.
I think the Bears will be pretty good too.
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing over there. I saw someone
whooped the shit out of us when we went to
I saw someone, some Bears fans that were going at their GM and coach from the Brad Holmes video, and being like, "Our GM and coach will never have this energy. They need to go now."
But
you'll never be able to compete.
I guess the Jordan Love stuff though, it is crazy to think. Like, I think about how often like we've been like, or like a lot of people in the chat, they're like, "Oh, Jared Goff MVP, Jared Goff." Dude, Jordan Love, more touchdowns and less interceptions. Like he's quietly had a dog ass year. Second most touchdowns in the league.
Jared Goff's still better right now.
Hey,
Jared Goff's still
hey.
Yeah, actually made it this time.
Yeah, I can't see the trash can, so I just go in the general direction. Booner, what do you got going on with Woodward Knights?
Yes, Woodward Knights 8-10, baby. I'm gonna go get my little Victory Monday fit on once we get off of here. But we are on Woodward Nights giving away this Amon-Ra St. Brown jersey. Beautiful jersey, fellas.
Shout out Jack Labrador.
Shout out Jack Labrador.
Shout
Got this
out
from
Jack
them
Labrador.
yesterday. This is from them. We are giving it away on Woodward Nights tonight. Make sure if you're in here right now, everyone should be tuned in tonight. Throughout the show, I think what we're gonna do is do like maybe like a trivia question or something, and maybe at some point in the show just randomly ask it. So you have to be there the whole time, and then we'll ask the question. First person that gets it right, we'll give it away. We'll send it over.
Booner, can you get some headphones real quick? Because we're going to end the video with an exclusive Lomas Brown soundbite that we got. We appreciate you all for watching. Appreciate everybody. Lions won a playoff game for the first time in my life. It's awesome. We love it. It's amazing. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Make sure you smash the like button. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Smash the like button if you want to win the jersey.
For this exclusive Lomas Brown soundbite for JB, Chris, Booner, Eazy. I'm Spencer. We're the heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Everybody wanted to be there last night. What?
What?